Hello Minecraft Survivor, and welcome back to another tutorial on the Radiant MC server. And today we're going to have a look at those small fellas in here, the rock-headed villagers. And as many of you know, you can use them for farming, you can use them for iron farms. This is my farm here. You can see they're doing, small slaves here doing a tremendous job. You use them for trading. I have my trading station in here. Just quickly have a peek look inside here. You can see I have my small villages, and with some good trades, silk touch, fire aspect, whatever. And yeah, you can use them for the iron golem farms, which I have over here. So today we're going to go into my testing world, and I'm going to show you how I built my villager breeder before I got all those farms up running here. I don't have it anymore. I have to say I pulled it down after I got more than enough villagers. So anyway, I will see you in my testing world, and see you in a bit. Bye. And welcome into my testing world. This is the breeder we're going to build today, and I'm going to show you how to. And you see this is little fella standing out down there looking up at his mom and dad running around up here, and then you have the grown-ups. Well, they're just sitting up there waiting. So this is what I'm going to show you today on how to build. Before we do this, I'm quickly going to you probably already know this, but if you don't, I'm quickly going to show you how you can actually get villagers on Skyblock. Of course, there's some challenges you can do, so you get the villager eggs as I have down here. But else you need to trap a zombie somewhere. Make sure it don't burn if it's in the sunlight. A villager zombie, that is. Just going to get one here. There you can see that's a villager zombie, and you're going to give them a weakness potion, and you're going to give them a golden apple, like this. And something you probably don't know, in 1.7, 1.8 and 1.9, and I actually believe 1.10, you cannot name villagers. You cannot give them a name with a name tag. So you can actually do that in 1.11, I think, the new update. But anyway, if you want to name a villager, then you need to, the only way to do this is actually to get a villager zombie, make a name tag on your anvil, call this one Bob, give him a name, there you go. Then give him the weakness potion, hello, and then give him the apple. And then after 5 minutes, Bob is going to be the villager Bob, the rock-headed villager. Anyway, this is the, while he's transforming over here, this is the village breeder, and this is actually my design. You won't find this, I believe, anywhere on the net. This is quite different than others. I tried a lot of other villager breeders, but I found some flaws in all of them. So just to quickly explain before I start building this one, on one side you have two villagers doing the breeding, right? And then in the middle here you have a center pool where the small villager babies will run off onto the trapdoors and fall into the water. But there is an issue. A lot of the villager breeders actually have this, and as you can see, this small fella down here is actually a farmer, and the villager babies, farmers, they will actually start farming, so they're not going to run over the trapdoors and actually fall down. So the way to ensure that actually will is I actually made sure that we have something they can harvest on the opposite side, which the adults can get into. So they will run over the trapdoors and fall in, trying to get to the roof over here. So anyway, we're just quickly going to look into this. I'm going to get away from this. You need to be, each village needs to be at least 64 blocks in between. So I'm going to find the resources I need to build this and show you how, and then I'm going to meet you up somewhere out there. So see you in a bit. Bye. Alright, I have now found a spot where we can build the next village. So start off with building a 6x2 grass and dirt area for farming. So I believe that was 4, 5, 6. So 6x2, and then you take a solid block, and it's really important that it's solid, not glass, because you need to be able to place trapdoors on them. So 6 of those in a row. Then after that you make a trench, and this is going to be 8 long, so 2 more. And then we take another line of grass and dirt down here. Then on top of this we're going to place some trapdoors. So place trapdoors on this. I found it important that you place them on this solid block over there. There we go. And then around this area we're going to make a wall. I tend to use glass because I like to look into the farm. So we're quickly going to make a fence around this. And we're going to do it like that. Make sure there's a hole down in the trench here underneath, but just 1 high, not 2, so the wildy babies can come through. So we're quickly going to build this around. It's going to be 3 high, well 3 high from the floor below, so 2 high if you look at the level I'm at right now. So quickly going to build that up. There we go, nearly there, nearly there. And 1 more go around like this. Now I haven't been able to find any farms like this one on the net, but I think this solves the solution with the villager farmers babies start farming and actually not falling into a trench. So if you find something similar to this, please let me know. Alright, you fill water on the top of the trench here. Then on the opposite side you take a sign and you place that there. Like this, so the small wildy baby actually stands here. Then here you actually build a tube up to a collection point. So, and for every second, you can see there's a space there. For every second you put water on top of the sign, then a sign, then you put another pipe, or whatever you call it in your tube, and then you put water, then build another one here like this, and then a sign, and you can build this as far up you want. Just going to leave it here. I'm going to build it out a bit like this. Just going to have it end like here. There we go. You probably want to build it further out, but I'm just going to have it end there. Then you put water on top of this sign here, so it actually flush down in the end, and then at the end you just put another sign to have them stand here and wait. Alright, if you have a rail to come up and pick them up, and you have using glass like I am, you can actually take out the corners here like this, and then have the rail come up here, and it will pick them up through the glass in the corners, which is pretty cool. Right, so going to make this 3 high. So 1 more, and this is because they jump in the water. Then put a roof on top also. This is mainly if so you don't have mobs fall into them. So put a wall up like this. Okay, that's a pipe. This is a collection area. Alright, so in here we're going to hoe all the grass here, so we can actually get a farm going. And on the opposite side you're going to take 1 to the 3rd block you take out, and now you can put down or water down, and it won't flush out because you have the trapdoor here. Then you hoe this area over here also. Okay, and then we're going to plant some potatoes or carrots. Do not use wheat, and the reason why I'm saying that is that wheat they're going to turn into bread, and I believe that they have 6 slots. So if they come out of this farm, they'll have whatever they were given in here, and if they come out with bread in the slots, well, you might have a hard time getting the farmers to farm or whatever. So that's why I never use wheat for this farm. Okay, and place potatoes there. Then on top of this, 1 above, you place 6 times 2 again with solid blocks, and on top of them you place 8 doors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 doors, sorry. 12 doors I'm placing. Like this. And then on top of the doors here I'm going to use half slabs, and the reason why I'm using half slabs is to make it spawn proof on top, but it needs to be a solid block because else it won't count as a village, I've seen. Another really important thing is that there needs to be sunlight, not light, but sunlight. There needs to be sky level on top of the doors. So we're quickly going to make a roof here, like this, and on the opposite side also. Okay. Then we're going to make. Then we're going to go up one. Oh, I don't have any glowstone. We're taking some glowstone. We want some lighting in there so mobs don't spawn. So we're just taking some glowstone and going to place this along here, like this, and then you can cover the top up with glass, for instance. So let's take some glass, fill this up here. Okay. Then down here you want to place your villagers, either from the villager zombies or from the eggs you got. Take 2. Now, as you see here, we don't have a farmer. We do not have one in a pure brown coat. So what you need to do is you need to feed them. They're like dogs. I mean, to have them do what you want, you need to feed them. So, and as long as there's no farmer to feed them, well, you need to do so. So what I normally do when I'm in this situation here, and you quite often are, is I'm going to close down the trapdoors here. Another thing you actually could do is actually just take a solid block and place on top here. Just remove them once you have a farm on here. And then open it up. And then you're just going to feed them and wait for you to get a brown coat. So just going to give them, toss them some potatoes, and they'll start making love and giving them, give each other food. And you probably need to do this quite a few times. Feed them with either carrots or potatoes. But anyway, that's more or less the farm done. I'm just going to move this again. So we just pretend we have a farm on here. But this is the farm done. I'm just going to hold this. Where was my hole? There it was. Okay. So let's go back to the other farm and have a look at that now. But that's really late. That's all you need to do to build a villager breeder. Now, I need to mention something. This is what I believe a server-friendly breeder. And the reason why I'm saying it's server-friendly is it will only breed a certain amount of villagers as long as they're within the village range, because of the amount of doors here. And as soon as they reach that number, I believe this is 12. No, it's not. It's 10. It's 8 villagers, I think it is. Something like that. It's about 8 villagers. It will stop unless you transport them away from the village. So that's why I'm saying it's server friendly. But the way I built it on my skyblock, and I actually regretted today that was the way, because you can have it to just constantly breed and breed. Oh, there's a small one in there now. You can see that. Okay. But if you remove the doors up here, and then on the, you move all this up here also. But then on the outside, on the back here, you make it trench. You made it 6 deep, and then you place 8 doors and a villager down there. And actually on top of those doors here, you can place glass, but it still needs to be sky level on this side here. But what happens when you do this is that this guy down here is not seeing any guys up here, and those guys up here are still a part of the village, so they'll keep breeding, and they'll just be ongoing. That means that you're all of a sudden going to, oh, one more baby. You're all of a sudden going to have an unlimited amount of villagers just keep coming out and coming out and coming out and coming out. But it's definitely not server friendly. It is not server friendly, and I cannot recommend doing it this way. I recommend you do it the other way with the doors on top. Anyway, I'm Tony, and I hope you like this small tutorial. It's something new to me, and I really need to get used to it. But if you want to have a chat with me or whatever, meet me on the radiant-mc.net server. Link will be in the description, and that's about it. So, see you guys later. Bye.